a problem here. And it's more than just Alvin screaming Punisher. When life begins to suck, who's reporting it? Luckily, you got two friends who you won't forget. Coming live, Alvin and Fran on survival. Laughing non-stop, case drops on a cycle. Louder than intrusive thoughts off an iPhone. How they make the world seem bright with the lights off? AFs, it might as well stay up. Lies being told like that dinosaur BS. Magnifying glass to the ground if they don't see us. Having the time, roasting your favorite pizza. Bougie ain't an option, it's the wage. Take it to the grave, add moving to the place. You already know when they take the case. Laugh the pain away, it's affirmative murder.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Affirmative Murder, the equal opportunity true crime comedy podcast. I'm Alvin Williams, joined as always by my partner in true crime, Fran and Alvin.
Oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Yeah, man, I'm the mailman. Can't you tell, man? Gonna post to it.
What up, Fran? It's still January. This has been the longest month, maybe in recorded human history. LA has burned tremendously and unbelievably. What else has happened? Just a lot of chaos. Mm-hmm. And just this past Martin Luther King Day, a celebration of a great man, a guy who is not from this country, who has weaseled his way into the White House, did a Nazi salute on national television. It's still January. Bear in mind. Yeah. Mind you, it's still January. He stood up there and he smacked his chest up against Elon Musk is who we're talking about. If the podium that had the presidential seal wasn't in front of his body, I am 100% confident you would have seen his boots click together when he did it. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. And then he turned around gave his back to the crowd, smacked his chest, did it again.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah, he did it twice. It was absolutely insane. Wow. Fran, how are you processing? I know you try to stay out of the fray a bit, so you might not even seen the video, but like you can recognize that there's been a lot happening in this January. Yeah. So how do you keep sane? Is it just you just put your head in the sand, or how are you doing?
Something like that. I'm like, I kind of compare myself to Patrick from SpongeBob SquarePants, where I flip that rock over.
Right.
I go in and I pull it down. I go, you know what? I just don't want to be bothered. I just want to live my life. With my family. And I get people should be like, you should be more in tune with politics. I'm like, I don't want to. I just don't want to.
I get that.
I don't want to. I get it. It's important, but I just don't want to. I did see the video of Elon Musk. Again, just to be clear, because people get, twisted. I think he's a piece of shit. But I do love a Tesla car. I just wanted people to know that I love the car. I don't like him.
Sure.
I think he's a racist piece of shit. But I did see him do the Nazi, salute, whatever it is, on the video. I think it's gross. People can say what they want. He can spin it any way he wants. It's still, people still saw it and look at it and go like, oh, wait, did he just do what I think he just did?
Yes.
He can come on X, his platform, and kind of say whatever he wants and kind of create his own narrative and go, and I was throwing my heart to the crowd or something like that. I'm like,
insane,
sure, man, whatever makes you feel better. But it was gross. I didn't watch the whole inauguration, but I saw little clips of it. And to see Trump and then to see the richest people in the world in one room, it's kind of eye-opening.
Grinning.
Yeah, it's kind of, I've never thought about it and seen it on TV was like, oh, these are the richest people in the world in one room,
standing behind
this man and cheering him on. And I mean, like,
talking to each other, giggling,
these people, they don't have a care in the world, man. Not a care.
Shouldn't that, and my whole thing is, Frank, I'm glad you said that, because we have been so twisted up as a society that there are people out here that actively like hate teachers and want them to be paid less money. There are people that are a strong sneeze away from homelessness that look at people that are struggling.
To be paid less money?
Yeah, they're like, there shouldn't be a Department of Education, and teachers are overpaid.
Wow.
And overpaid? They don't do. Teachers are overpaid, or maybe not overpaid, but like they definitely don't deserve more money. They're always striking for more money, and they don't deserve it. That's the mindset of a lot of people in this country. It shocks me. And also, like I said, there are people that are like one broken bone away from extreme poverty that look down on homeless people but will defend and bootlick billionaires.
Yeah.
Well, listen, if they work hard and they make a business, why shouldn't they have $8 billion? Like, they earn that. That is the mind frame of a ton of people. And then while you see, like you just said, all of these people, shouldn't it alarm you if all of the billionaires that you can think of in this country are all happy about something? In what world is that something that's good for you? How can you not see that and be terrified? How does that make you happy?
Yeah.
Most of the people on the list of the richest people in the world are from like 3 companies.
Yeah.
It's like 4 of them are people that invented Google.
Yeah.
Another 3 are the Walmart family.
They were set up extremely well.
Yeah, and then other people are like, oh they're the descendants of whatever. This is not like, oh yeah, all you gotta do is invent the Live Strong bracelet.
Yeah.
Something something any person, any average Joe can do, and you too could be on this list.
You can't make $1 billion by opening up a frozen yogurt cafe, whatever you want to call it.
You couldn't do it by opening 7 of them.
No, that's not like these people. Bro, when I was watching it and they was popping up what these people do or whatever they're from, they had Zuck, Meta CEO. They had Elon, Tesla, whatever. They had the Google CEO. They had the co-founder of Google. I'm like, damn, they just all in one room. It's like, this is Zuckerberg stands out on all of them because he's so young, and like we talked about him before. He has fucking curly hair and shit. Like he's like this billionaire who's like fucking 32 years old. How old he is? Like that's hilarious. But it's just insane, man. It's just to see that, and this. When is the inaugural? Is it always the same?
The same day?
Is it always at the same date?
I can't speak to that. I would assume, but I don't know. But like, I've never.
It just happened to fall on.
Yeah, I've never noticed that it was. If it is always on Martin Luther King Day, I've never noticed until this is the presidency.
Yeah.
That is the one that it falls on with all the controversy. So if it was on January 20th in 2016, I missed it. It must have been it was too much going on. I couldn't process it. But now when we've been through this before, you see it's MLK Day and you see what we just saw.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's day one. And to see that, bro. And I want to read something. Listen, I'm not a messy person at all. And this person, I'm not trying to do a call out, so I'm not going to say their name. But I took a screenshot of Elon Musk doing a Zig Heil. Like, there is no like, Elon Musk did a strange hand gesture. What could it mean? I know what it means, and if anybody that has eyes saw it, and they know what it means. So I'm not doing any kind of semantics conversations about, well, he's neurodivergent, so he might have just been stimming. No, bro, that's an insult to autistic people. To just go there and be like, well, he's autistic, so sometimes they just be throwing up his Zig Heil sometimes because they just be, the autism be tism.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. You can't disrespect those people like that. Like being neurodivergent doesn't make you racist. That's crazy. So I posted the video on Instagram stories and had some people what you would expect when you see such a jarring image of a man smacking his chest and biting his lip. This wasn't, let's just say he was like, I'm throwing my heart at y'all. Why are you throwing the heart mad aggressive and angrily? That's not a very loving way to throw your heart, which also, what the fuck is throwing your heart? I can't even believe you tried to get that off. Like, how you throw your heart when I'm feeling overwhelmed with joy, I start throwing my heart at people.
I don't know what that means.
No one's ever done that before. That's not a thing. Never. Man, man. When Martin Luther King gave his speech, he just started throwing hearts at everybody out on the national lawn, just throwing hearts everywhere. Nobody's ever done that. Well, no, that's false. I've only seen one other guy do it, and then a few of his disciples did it, and he tried to take over the whole world. He had a little mustache. That's the only other guy I've ever seen on a stage throw the hearts at people.
The little mustache,
yeah. So, like I said, got a bunch of comments and normal stuff. I can't believe this. This is crazy. It's only day one. Got a message from somebody who, again, I'm not trying to call them out, and I hope they're listening to this. If they don't just consume the Instagram content, if they really listen to the podcast, I hope you're listening. And I don't want you to take this as an act of aggression or anything, but I don't know how you get here. I'm really disheartened at the state of the country, right? So again, I took a clip, and I didn't even put both Zig Heils, Fran, because he did it twice. I only showed the first one, which the aggressive one. I didn't show the turn his back and do it again.
Yeah.
Right. So I put that up. This comment basically is a direct message, said, "Come on now. I love y'all, which makes me think that they listen to the podcast because that's not an Instagram thing. That's you like both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. I love y'all. This is being spun so badly. Check other leaders who give this gesture. Plenty on the left, too. I responded simply, have a nice day. Because it's 2025, bro. I'm not about to sit and take my time to argue what my eyes saw. I have 20/20 vision since I was 16 years old. It's probably gotten a little bit worse in my age because that's how eyesight works, but it's still phenomenal, elite. I would argue I'm top percentile of being able to see shit.
Okay.
And I'm done with that shit in 2025. This man smacked his chest, bit his lip, and threw his hand in the air. It was a Zig Heil. So the last thing I'm about to do is argue about what my eyes saw. And my question to this person is, I hope they're listening. How did you find yourself in the year 2025 on Martin Luther King Day, watching your TV or watching your TikTok or wherever you saw the clip later on? Maybe you didn't see it live. And you saw that and you went, oh, man, people with all this fake news. Let me give this Black podcast platform a little tip and let them know that people throw up the Zig Heil all the time and you shouldn't make such a big deal out of it because it's not that big of a deal. How did you get here? Is my question to that person. How did you end up a white woman, telling a Black platform that the most terrifying thing, I mean, like, listen, Jewish people don't own being scared of Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared of Nazis too. I saw Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah.
I saw American History X. Like, I'm scared of Nazis too. So I saw one of the most scary, like, jarring things you could ever see somebody do on national television. And he's representing the new administration.
Yeah.
And your first thought, instead of just going like, I'm going to keep my thoughts to myself or like, let me not get mixed up in this, you decided to go, hey, let me let you know something. You know, there's videos of Hillary Clinton waving her hand around at a crowd as well. So, you know, maybe we shouldn't just make such a fuss and a big deal about this. I am saying this on your behalf. I want to fight whoever did that to you. Whoever made your brain that way, I'm sorry that that's how you feel. I'm sorry that you have to defend that because I know what I saw. And so the fact that your first move is to get on the defense for Nazi rhetoric is insane to me on Martin Luther King Day of all days. So just think about that. Like I really, that person, if you're listening, if you're hearing this, if you're seeing this, if I decide to clip it and put it on Instagram, I want you to really just think about that. And this is coming from a loving place, I promise you. But I was just so I was so taken aback that, you know how you see something, you think, this is kind of objective. Like we all can go, even, you know, it would have been even better if you went, listen, that's crazy, but, you know, people do dumb shit all the time. I'm not defending him. That was dumb. The idea that your first move is to go try to absolve him of this, say that he didn't do that is like, why are you this invested in this man who he shouldn't have any political power? Why do you feel the need to defend that when it's kind of feels indefensible to me?
Yeah, man, you have a very tough job at, you know, dealing with the shit that comes on social media. And I know you always tell me, hey, man, you got tougher skin than that. Because I read comments and shit too. But for somebody to message you and to justify that and to be like, hey, man, y'all looking at it wrong. That's not what he did.
You're making a big whoop about it.
I saw what he did. I mean, like, it's okay even if you were pro Elon Musk or whatever, and you go, that was nuts. But I mean, yeah, maybe it didn't mean, I don't know, something. We both can come in and be objective and go like, all right, that was kind of crazy.
I try to be, bro. I try to be.
Maybe he didn't mean it that way. I think that would have gotten a different response from you.
It would have.
Like, sure, whatever. We both can agree that was crazy.
I would have been like, I can't speak to his character. Like, I can't sit here and say he's definitely a Nazi, but that was it at the very least in poor taste.
Yeah. Like,
you can at least go, I could see how that could be taken as not as a Nazi gesture. But to go to me, he didn't even, that's not what it was. Like, to not even be able to go, I know how it looks. It's the first day of the administration and all. It looks crazy, but Elon's a good guy. I wouldn't be doing this right now. To tell me I didn't see what I saw is like insulting to me.
Yeah.
So I had to come on here and be like, I'm not taking that from anybody in 2025. I know what I saw and I know what I heard. So if we are diametrically opposed, that's fine. You know, I'm not saying don't listen to the podcast, but I'm just saying like that's just. I'm not here to mend fences and bridge gaps in 2025. You know, maybe about my opinion on or somebody's opinion on a TV show being good or bad, that's cool. But you telling me I didn't just see this man hit the Zig Heil? Come on, bro. He smacked his chest. I heard the microphone pick up his chest smack. The lip bite was diabolical. I never seen somebody. No, he meant that. Like he practiced it in the mirror. Like man, when I finish the speech, man. I never. He was. This wasn't like a awkward wave. He meant to do what he did. And then you could sit with that. I can't speak to him being a Nazi, even though he's very much involved in far-right German politics. And why is this man involved in so many politics all around the world? It's a crazy thing. This is insane. This man wants to he wants to go to Mars. He's a billionaire. He does not care about anybody.
I mean, he's a very powerful man. I mean, and if you can't sit up here and admit that and acknowledge that, I don't know what else. Now, I'm not, like I said before at the beginning of the show, I'm not into politics at all.
Right.
But if you can't clearly see that he's a very powerful man, then I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah. And a very powerful man doing Nazi gestures should concern people.
Yeah.
Even if we go, well, he's not a Nazi, but maybe he should tone down it. That's terrifying.
Well, unless you're white.
Unless you're white. And that's what it was. And that's what I mean. That's why I was like, I don't mean to call this lady out, but like, you must not have been scared because you don't feel marginalized by the potential of a Nazi regime trying to take over a country or the world. Like, that doesn't scare you because you feel like you'll be fine. It's the only thing I can assume. Yeah. But then the ADL comes out. This is how the shit is crazy, man. And again, I'm not here to get into Jewish people's business because, like I said, they don't own being scared of Nazis. But the ADL came out and was like, "Hey guys, listen, I know how that looks, but it wasn't a Nazi salute." And the ADL is basically like the Jewish Defense League. They come out and if a rapper says some shit or something, they go, "We condemn this."
Okay,
like that's their thing. They call out anti-Semitism. It can't get much more anti-Semitic than it can't. Like I can't imagine that T.I. rapped something.
There was a statement that came out from them that
they were like, "Yeah, we saw it, but like I know there are people throwing around Nazi salute, but that wasn't that, guys." What? So that makes that to me, and again, I'm not getting in Jewish people's business, but to me, if that's who represents y'all, that makes that organization that discredits them. If the Defense League for the Jewish representation is going, you didn't see, that's not what that was, then you gotta go talk to the person who sends the tweets out for that account. Because I know what I saw. And like I said, I'm not here to speak for Jewish people, but me as a black person, when Nazis were attacking black people, handicapped people, a whole litany of other people besides Jewish people, I'm gonna go ahead and keep my antennas perked up.
To see this picture is kind of nuts.
Bro, does that look like an accident? Arm straight out. Proud. That's day one, man. So absolute insanity. And again, I was having a conversation with somebody recently about politics and like, oh, but man, sometimes people just want to hear shit and it's politics. Bro, this is the world now. I don't mean politically like talking about politics. I mean, people's safety and livelihood has now fallen into the umbrella of politics. So while I don't want to talk about politics, seeing a man who is very powerful and has the ear of the now sitting president doing a Zig Heil, if you consider that a political talking point and a political topic, I don't know what to tell you. We can't not discuss that. It directly affects the safety of like the nation and the world potentially. There being Nazis infesting the White House. That's insane to even have to say that. So, yeah, man, it's crazy times, man. I don't know what to say. 2025 is very early, but what is fun is, bro, like you said, bro, this is the bag administration, man. If you have money right now that you're sitting on, you can turn a little bit of money into a lot of money right now. Trump dropped a meme coin. Yeah. Melania dropped a meme coin. If you invested in it early, by early I mean the night that when it came out, and now it's been out for like, I don't know, 6 days. I think the moment's already passed, but it went up crazy. I think it has like $81 billion pulled into it. The last time I did a little bit of looking into it.
Yeah.
So he's going to rug pull that and walk away with a bunch of money. And then whoever's invested in it is going to have to make it worth that without his money invested into it. So the scams are coming. And
you think he gonna pull it? I don't know. I think he already kind of.
He's not gonna rug pull it right now.
He's not gonna do it right now. But I think he kind of
pull it eventually.
I think he kind of already did when his wife dropped the coin.
And he dropped the value of it.
It dropped. Yeah, that dipped, and then what is her name? Melania.
The Melania.
Her coin went up or whatever, but people ate off.
Oh
of
yeah, for sure.
People.
If you were sitting on, a couple grand, if you were sitting on a couple grand and could just throw it at it real quick, that was a quick flip. But guess what?
I mean, like it wasn't.
Yeah,
I think a flip is an understatement.
Yeah,
call it just a flip.
People bought it at $3 and it spiked to like $81.
Yeah,
people make some money.
Like $5 grand, 10 grand. Somebody threw $100 grand on it, and are like up like 15 million. Like
that's
something crazy.
Listen, that's what I mean, bro. I mean, you had this conversation off air, but like, if you have a little bit of money to spend in the next 4 years, this is the wealth gap. The gap between have and have not is about to grow tremendously. Because if you don't have anything, you are missing. You don't have any ability to take advantage of these opportunities. So I understand why people are like, let me get next to the teat, because the teat is spitting money out crazy. And again, I'm not here to knock people get money. People got bills to pay, but I'm just saying, like, it's gonna be crazy 4 years. But if you have a little bit of money stashed away, there's gonna be a lot of opportunities for you to turn money into more money, and that's really what it's all about at the end of the day.
But the thing is that I'm trying to get the bag too. Now, if I can do that without sacrificing my morals, then I'll do it. Other than that, I'm not. I don't think certain opportunities are for Black people unless you're willing to, cross that line and go like, I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks.
Oh, you
want to see me do a dance in a song, then whatever. Yeah, that I'm not for. But something I can get behind where it's like, okay, this is beneficial. I'm not, looking crazy out here like Uncle Tom. Then or anything that's not super risky. Then sure,
I'm just participating in the hustle that's happening. I'm not here to tell people not to make money.
Yeah,
but for you to be a person that's like, I want to be a political pundit in 2025, and homeboy, my man that looks like Ruben Studdard, went on the news and was like, man, this, that, politics, this, that, and the third, and people are going to look at us around the world and be like, Daddy's back. Why are you calling this grown man who is not biologically related to you in any way? It's not possible he's related to you. You look like an offensive lineman for the Chicago Bears. Why are you calling this man daddy? And why are you saying that like everybody calls him daddy? That's what I didn't like. It's like as if that's his nickname. So I see a lot of people trying to normalize things like we all think it as a nation. And that's what I don't like.
What I don't like is that people look at Trump and go like, oh, he's like these guy who has the opportunity or the willpower to take over the world. Like other countries fear him like, oh shit, he's back.
No.
And I'm like,
they want the bag too.
That's all an illusion, man. Yeah. I don't know if that's...
They're all calling him to... They're like, yo, you want some money? That's all it is. There's no like, yo, he strikes fear into them. It's like Donald Trump's basic... And I can't prove any of this.
Right.
But Donald Trump is like, listen, we'll deregulate this. Just hold off on that. Kick that can down the road a little bit. You scratch my back, I'll scratch your back.
Yeah.
There is no like, it's just because of quid pro quo. It's not just like, yo, he's mad. People are mad, terrified of him.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, bro. I don't mean to ramble on, but I'm like, I feel like I'm in like some kind of Twilight Zone. Like when I see the people that came there,
I feel like I got the Apple goggles on. And like this can't be.
Yeah, I'm like this. Like maybe it's me. Like I had that moment where I go, I think Theo Von is funny. I've heard episodes of the Joe Rogan podcast where I go, this is a smart guy. Like he's,
I can't get on board with him, man. I'm
not here to defend Joe Rogan, but my point is, they are talking to this man and hearing something, and I'm like, are my settings off? Like, do I not have my sliders up? Like when they talk to him, they're like, he's charming, he's funny, and I'm like, no, he's not. He's obnoxious, he's rude. He rambles on, and I'm like, what are they hearing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, when I see all the love for him, I'm like, is this like a great dude? And I'm what am I missing? Like, I don't know how. It's this. It goes back to the Nazi salute thing. I go, do my eyes not work? Like, what am I not seeing?
Yeah, man. Because we had this conversation before about when Obama went into office, and it's a totally different experience, and it has nothing to do with black and white.
No.
It was a totally different experience.
He's just a fly dude.
And right. who's very respectful and has manners and shit like that, and moves like a gentleman or moves like a president is supposed to move.
Yes.
Bro, I was out today. I went to go pick up the kids from school, right? And I seen somebody had like this U-Haul, but it was like they like bought a U-Haul and like just stripped all the coloring off of it or whatever, and painted Trump on a big ass Trump portrait, like him blowing a piece of bubble gum and with Elon. It was insane. I said I've never seen anything like this before. You can't love a man this much.
I don't understand it.
You can't love a guy that you seeing Trump flag. It's just like it's kind of nasty to go past houses and then like I remember, and also I remember. I know I'm jumping around, but I remember that when you bought your house, we had a conversation about that was about the time. That was around the time.
It was around 2016, 2017, yeah.
And it was. I remember we talked about like, oh yeah, I know we drove because I got this tip from you. You was like, yeah, we drove around a neighborhood or like some other house you guys was looking at, and if somebody had like a Trump flag out, shit like that.
I'm like, nope.
And I'm in neighborhoods and I'm delivering mail, and I go like, they got this big like. There's no way I would move in this neighborhood.
Yeah,
he might be a nice person. He whatever.
Yeah,
I would never move in a neighborhood where it's like. You have Trump memorabilia it's like I've never seen anything like it before. Flags,
it's
posters,
insane, bro. Bumper stickers.
This is a joke, man.
Then you come out with the hat on.
Yeah, with the hat. I told you I seen a dude with the visor with the hair. I said, no, this is crazy. I've never even seen that. Where did you get that
from? From Trump.com. And so because he's selling them everything. And my whole thing is like, and if, listen, I don't know, maybe I'll put in the description, like where you can jump to hear the true crime part, but this is the world, bro. I'm talking, I don't give a fuck. Like I've said a couple times, bro, black, white, it doesn't matter to me. Barack Obama was just a fly dude. People didn't like Obama this much, dude. And I was there, bro. Like people had the O, maybe a little car flag, you know what I'm saying? Like like a football team flag, like you hang them on the sides of your doors.
Sure. Yeah.
And some hope shirts. That was some real love. People fuck with Obama. This is like outrageous. Yeah. And again, I go back to like, what are you seeing that I'm not seeing? Because every time I see him, he's like not making any sense, saying something offensive. And I guess they like that. They like, yo, he
doing like a cheesy dance.
Yeah, he like, man, he's doing the Village People song and then doing this crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. Why are the Village People there? What's going on here? What's happening?
Yo, this shit is mad tacky, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I wish I had the ability to just ignore this shit and be like, yo, let's get to the true crime. I'm like, do people not see the madness that, why is the Village People out here, Billy Ray Cyrus, what happened to like class and decorum? You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened to playing some Isley Brothers?
That's what Obama had. Class.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You go out and slow dance with your lady. His woman won't even let him kiss him. He gave her an air kiss. Yo, this is the craziest shit. This she had the Raiden hat on. I said, bro, this shit is crazy. I never seen some shit like this in my life, bro. This shit is mad evil. This shit is mad Death Star. She came out with the big hat with all her hair was in the hat. This got this long ass tie on. Yeah. This is just crazy.
Like they don't even talk. They don't. I'm just here because we in an agreement.
It's a contract
at this point.
Contractual. I told her she doesn't get the money. She doesn't get alimony if she doesn't show up to the events. She looks miserable, but she doesn't get a pass for you stayed. She's not a victim in this.
Yeah.
So
it's
a lot, man. It's a lot, bro.
But man. I mean, like,
talk about it. It's crazy.
People don't want to talk about this. Or what else? I mean, what else you want us to talk about? You want us to talk about the Gulf of America? You want us to talk about that? That's the thing now. Fucking a pardon for everybody that went to that stormed the fucking Capitol was January 6th.
Yeah.
We talk about that. I mean, like,
he came right through, sweeped everything under the rug, and it's all done, and nothing happened. Wave of magic wand. So it's like, yeah, bro. I listen. I would love to talk about something else, something lighthearted, but this shit is the world, bro. Like, and it's and again, like I said, it's still January. Maybe I'm not seeing the clips where he comes out mad coherent. You know what I'm saying? High fives everybody. How's everybody? I've never seen a video of him going, how's everybody doing? You guys okay? I've never seen it. Obama might come out if it's snowing outside when he has to go talk to the president. He might go, is everybody warm? Anybody need some hand warmers or anything like that? Just some fly shit.
Just being a human being.
You have some people come over to your house. You go, you want something to drink? He doesn't have an ounce of that in him.
Oh.
He does not carry himself like a compassionate human being. And I go, it's impressive to me to be that kind of mean and awful and nasty and people love
People still
him at
like
this
him.
level.
Yeah.
At this
Yeah.
level. Because what he
It's crazy.
reminds me of, he reminds me of a drag queen. He's kind of like a bitchy gay guy. Shoes are ugly, she's fat, don't like him. You know, oh, I would never have my mustache like that. Oh yeah. No, if we were to fight, I'd beat him in a fight. Like, he just says mad catty shit. And it's funny, like, the way that he acts, and people, those same people, a lot of them don't like gay people. And I'm like, this is like the gayest guy I've ever seen in my life. He comes out, he's just like mad, like Joan Rivers is. She's got that Joan Rivers energy, like, yeah, no, she's wearing last season's clothes, hate him. Like, he just is mad, like,
Fran, everybody.
yeah, he's like mad gay and like weird. Yeah, I call him low energy Kevin. Like, he just has nicknames for people and just.
But that's how you get that's how you get the attention off of himself. It's like getting attention off of me, but putting all attention on me. In a way.
Yeah, he's a bully. Yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna get into some fucked up shit. So stick around. If you're into the kind of stories we tell here at Affirmative Murder, you'll love the podcast Truer Crime. It's like having a deep dive conversation with a friend who just gets it. The host, Celicia Stanton, brings a powerful, personal, and deeply insightful perspective to the true crime genre. She delivers fresh perspectives on every case, flipping the script on infamous stories and always uncovering layers you won't hear anywhere else. Each episode isn't just about what happened. It's about why it matters and how it shaped the world around us. What I love about True Crime is how it balances well-known stories like Jonestown or the Manson murders with lesser-known cases about everyday people, from the victims of modern-day lynchings to a talk radio host gunned down in his driveway, to a famous author and the man wrongfully convicted of her rape. There's always something surprising. Whether you're a diehard true crime fan or just looking for something fresh, True Crime will keep you coming back. Season 2 is airing right now, and you can find True Crime wherever you listen to podcasts. Catch the latest episodes every week, and then dive into the back catalog for even more stories you won't want to miss. Once again, that's Truer Crime. Go listen today. Affirmative Murder is brought to you by Incogni. Every year, both the number and scope of data breaches worldwide are rising. According to the 2022 Annual Data Breach Report by the Identity Theft Resource Center, the number of victims has gone up nearly 41.5% from 2021. These data thieves are after your personal information, including your name, your aliases, your social security number, login credentials, home address, location history, online activity, and much more. And they're selling it to the highest bidder. And this is where Incogni steps in. Incogni reaches out to the data brokers who are out to purchase your information, and they do it on your behalf. And they request that your personal data be removed. Since many data brokers continue collecting your personal information even after they've removed it, Incogni also does its best to ensure that your data stays off the market by conducting repeated removal requests. This means that whenever a new record pops up on a data broker website, Incogni will automatically take care of that. That's what makes their yearly subscription especially advantageous. Incogni will continue to protect your data privacy for as long as you use the service. It's so easy to look people up these days. We're more accessible than ever, which makes us more vulnerable than ever as well. Incogni's out to protect us. And if you go to incogni.com, incogni.com/affirmative murder and use the promo code affirmative murder, you'll get 60% off an annual plan. Your data and your personal information are more valuable than they've ever been. Do what you can to protect it by signing up for Incogni today. Affirmative Murder is brought to you by Hormone Harmony. Are you feeling overwhelmed by hormonal change? If you're listening out there, you're definitely not alone. There are more than 1,000 hormone disruptors living rent-free in our environment right now. In our food, our water, the air we breathe, the clothes we wear, our skin. And they all mess with hormones. The good news is that you don't have to suffer through any of it anymore. Because now, there's Hormone Harmony, a formula made only with herbal ingredients that are shown to reduce hormonal symptoms in women of all ages. Hormone Harmony contains science-backed herbal extracts called adaptogens. Now here's the beauty about adaptogens. They help the body adapt to any stressors, like chaotic hormonal changes that happen naturally throughout a woman's life. PMS symptoms like irritability, moodiness, discomfort, or uncontrollable cravings, menopause symptoms such as hot flashes and night sweats, poor sleep and feeling tired all the time. Yeah, Hormone Harmony can help with all those things. And the biggest benefit? Feeling like yourself again. That's what women mention over and over again in their reviews.
And there are over 30,000 reviews for Hormone Harmony. For a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. That's HAPPYMAMMOTH.com. Just use the code AMP at checkout. That's happymammoth.com and use the code AMP for 15% off today.
In November 2014, Ricky Jackson, Wiley Bridgman, and Kwame Ajamu made headlines when they were exonerated for the 1975 murder of a salesman at a Cleveland, Ohio convenience store.
We never gave up the fight. It was always about get to the truth.
Yeah, today, I'm like, I'd say about 70% as to, we would say 100% whole. I don't think they'll ever be whole again. However, I feel good. I am an abolitionist against the death penalty. I will be that until the day I die.
On May 19th, 1975, 59-year-old Harold Franks, a money order salesman, left the neighborhood.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
Well, a money order is like a check.
I know what that is.
Yeah, so I'm trying to understand what it's.
Yeah.
How do you sell them?
Yeah.
I guess once upon a time, maybe checks weren't as readily available, so there had to be other way. You know, this sounds very like Bitcoinish. I don't know. This might be like lightweight. Before Bitcoin, a money order was like, yeah, man, if you write a money order for $5, it's worth $5.50. It might have been some shit like that. I don't know. I'm speculating. I'm speaking out of turn, but a money order salesman is just like. Sometimes you hear a job and you go, that job doesn't exist anymore and hasn't existed.
Maybe it's just maybe it wasn't a, because now there's like you can get them from places.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
what's it, WAMU, or like the place where you can send money to Washington?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen one of those in actually a long time. If we're talking about the same place, but
yeah, where you can like send, it's like wiring people money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But maybe it wasn't okay. It wasn't a place for that. It was like somebody who went around like, look, I have money orders. You know, send a file money order, and I'll charge you like $250 or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know, whatever extra money they put their little premium on top of whatever the money order you need. I guess.
That's what I'm saying. I feel this feels some kind of pyramid scheme or something like that. You've been hit with a couple of those as a. No, we don't need to get into it.
What?
No, I'm saying people have approached you as for what you do for a living, like, yo, you know, we could you should do this, and then we could do a scam.
Yeah.
So, you know, those kind of people come.
Why would I don't. You. It's not even about you asking me. It's about you thinking I'm a risk
my life, my freedom, and freedom to make. For one, it ain't even life changing money. Number one, right? Because if you hit me with that, then you got me. You know, I'll think about it. Yeah.
But
I'll walk away with money where I could just quit and be able to get away from when the charges come. Yes. I'm already gone. And then
exactly, bro. Exactly. But you hit me with like, oh, you can make 15 grand. It's like, bro, no, hell no.
I still got to go to work if I get that. I still got to go to work. Now I'm looking over my shoulder.
Yeah, paranoid. No, because you already a criminal. You don't got nothing to lose.
Hey, come on, man.
I'm good.
Won't you? How much stamps y'all got? Why don't you just steal all the stamps? I know a guy.
A money order salesman is someone who sells money orders.
Sure. That's simple. All right, right on. Well, that's great. Is it still a job today?
I don't think so.
It can't be. It's just with I can just Zelle you money or Venmo you money. Money orders. I can't see the point of a money order.
That do sound scammy-ish though.
A money order salesman?
Yeah.
It sounds like some Wolf of Wall Street shit. You're like you're cold calling people like, I've got 7 money orders for you right now. You're gonna want to get these while they're hot. It's like, what? I don't know what that means. Just don't worry about it. Just tell me your bank account number. So anyway, Harold Franks, who was a money order salesman, left his neighborhood grocery store that was in Cleveland, Ohio. Ever heard of it? And he was confronted by 2 men that were demanding his briefcase that he was holding, probably full of his money orders that he has to sell. Very much like The Pursuit of Happiness, where he had the bone density scanners.
Yes.
So he's walking around with the product that he sells on him. And, you know, people ran down on him.
Yeah, it's valuable. Yeah,
very valuable. Well, nobody ran down on Will Smith because they were like, I don't know what this is. Nobody wants this. This is all lugging around, banging it.
Yeah, like what is? Yeah, that wasn't realistic.
Well, no, yeah, well, for the time, you know, and then finally he sold one and got mad cash.
Yeah.
Like when he finally sold one, it was like almost impossible. It's like being a Lamborghini salesman, I imagine, where it's like, I don't sell that many Lamborghinis, but when I
But then
sell
when you
one,
do sell one, you get
I'm
that
good.
lump sum.
Yeah.
It holds you over for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
So
So the bone, like I don't know if I'm down on my luck where I'm like,
if I could just
shit,
flip
what do you
this
got?
bone density
I
scanner,
get this bone density scanner. I don't know how to use it. I mean, like, I don't know.
I don't even know where to go to. Who's the doctor's specialty that I even go to sell this to?
Yeah.
gotta
Then I'm
really
questioning my skill because I'm like, you got to know the market. If you're gonna be around stealing shit, you gotta know what you can sell, what you can't sell. You just stealing shit,
You can't. Yeah, you got to know that you can flip this.
right? You gotta know who your buyers is.
Yeah,
You
who you
just
gonna get this
stealing
bone
shit.
density scanner off
density.
to?
Yeah.
Now you just stuck walking around with a bone density scanner.
Yeah, it's all beat up. He done had it dragging out of the bus. Then you have it like hanging out of the
Yeah,
bus.
he had to
Was that
fix
like
it.
that?
Yeah, man. He left it on a bus stop, bench. He had to go to Ace Hardware, get a new light bulb to fix it up and stuff. So who knows if it even worked.
Man, that's
One
great.
thing
I
about a
love
money
that.
order, though, when you cash them, they cash every time. So he had that on his side.
Sure,
Now,
but somebody knew who he was. No, somebody's been watching.
oh yeah. They were like, "There's something in them. We want the briefcase.
Yeah,
not
we know
give me
her.
your wallet or like I want that because I know what's
Yeah.
in it."
Yeah,
So Frank resisted, and they clubbed him on the head with a pipe and splashed acid in his face. Who just has acid? Like it makes you go, this must have been a planned attack.
yeah.
Because who were they planning on throwing acid on that they just had a jar of acid on them? How do you even transport acid to where you are walking around with it and it's not spilling on your pocket or something? Like, how do you?
In like a jar or something. I don't know. Maybe.
So he just has it in his hand, walking down the street until it's time to twist the lid off and splash it, mason jar style.
Yeah.
It's just a
Also,
crazy
by
thing
the
to
way,
have.
another fear of mine, like
Getting splashed in the face
an
with acid.
attack. Yes, an acid attack.
When I found out at a young age, maybe like 18 years old, that like, that's a thing that women face a lot from like revenge of exes and stuff like that. My first thought, it's a thought that continues to be. Maybe I'll look it up after this. I go, how easy is it to get acid? Are you making it? Like, can you make acid? Like, I don't know where people just get. How do you just have a jar of acid? I don't understand.
How you not spill it? Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, how are you handling acid and you're not, when you throw it, it doesn't like splash back on you, get on your
I
wrist.
spill
or something?
coffee all the time.
Thank you. Even when I got it in the thermos that has the little the slidey thing, and I go to sip it, it always comes out of the rim, or it never just goes right from the lip to my mouth.
Yeah. Yep.
So imagine that with acid. How are you carrying around acid so safely?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I would imagine if you dabble in acid, you probably have little burns all
Burns
over.
or something.
Yeah, all over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You
I mean,
can
like the
slip up.
damage it does. I mean, like it's not like a little cut.
Oh my God! It eats away at your flesh.
Yeah. Great question.
Yeah, any acid experts out there, please, get in touch with us. I want to know how you can't just order acid off Amazon.
Or can you?
Maybe with these regulations, maybe this we talked enough. Never mind. We'll move on. Imagine by 2026, it's like, yo, you can just go ahead and 2 days. You can 2 day acid.
Acids on sale. You can acid. You can get acid on Prime.
Yeah, they deregulated it, so you can just get. I'm trying to unmount this TV. I don't feel like taking the bolts. I just order some acid off Amazon and spray it. It'll eat away at the metal and fall off the wall. Yeah. So Frank stood his ground, and one of the robbers, after they hit him in the head with a pipe and then threw acid on him, the other robber shot him twice in the chest and fired a shot through the store glass front door.
Let me ask you a question. When I hear stories like this, and the story like this kind of happened, not like this, but like you trying to protect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on that as far as like being attacked? And do you think it's just natural for people just to be like, I'm going to stand my ground, I'm going to fight back?
I think it's a mentality thing.
You think it's a mentality?
Because
like ego type thing?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Because I really firmly believe, you have 2 kids, Fran. I firmly believe if somebody came up to you up the pole to your face and was like, yo, give it up right now, I think you take your wallet out and throw it on the ground.
Yes.
I don't think you take your wallet out and you're like, all right, let me, and you drop it in a weird way so you think they'll take their eye off of it, and then you try to Jackie Chan, rush hour the gun away from. Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm trying to get on to my family, bro. Money is money is replaceable. These credit cards are cancelable. Here, the idea that you go, not my stuff. You're gonna rob me? It's just that's a, you're bullheaded, your ego or something. And I'm not here to knock anybody, but I just find that to be selfish. Anybody who's like, yo, no, man, you're not taking my wallet. And you see the gun, or you see the pipe, or you see the jar.
Yeah. But I mean, like, still, you go like, you don't know what people are capable of. You know what people are going through and what they're willing to risk.
Yes.
There was a guy, there was a bus driver. I don't know if you remember this story. I think about the story a lot for some reason. Well, it's not for some reason. I know why I think about it a lot. But it was a bus driver who was about to get robbed, and they tried to steal his things, and he chased after them. And then he got shot. He was killed. And I was like, and then whenever it pops in my head, I go, why? What made him? Obviously, I'm not trying to
blame at all. No,
blame him at all.
It's just a question.
But like, what made him go? No, I'm gonna go get my no. Fuck that.
It's because he didn't see that as a life-threatening situation. He saw that as disrespect.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the issue. Is like, bro, these YNs today, I don't know what they're all on pills. The pills are fake. They don't have any remorse because they're high.
Yeah, and they're crashing out at a high rate
for no money. That's what I mean about the world. Yeah. The haves and have-nots. It's a desperate world out here, man. And this 17-year-old kids is like, I never even sniffed $17 in my life. I'll kill you for it right now. So it's not this idea that like you see a kid and he looks like a little baby boy, 16 years old, and he has a gun and you go, you're not really gonna shoot a gun. You're just a kid. He will shoot your face off of you.
Yeah.
So this idea that you escape with your life, they take the thing and they run off and you go, nah, man, fuck that. I want my shit back. Leave them kids alone, man. And kids, grown people, whatever, like anybody that's desperate enough to come to you and try to take something from you, in today's world, you don't know what they're on. The emotions are gone. They're numbed up in the moment, and they will do something without even thinking. It's not even about being heartless or evil or anything. They're not there a lot of the times. So I'm going home. You want the car? Bro, you got it, man.
100%, yeah.
I'll figure it out. Like, here. Yeah. I'm out of the car. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, take it. My wallet? Yeah, here, take it. I'm not being like, nah, man, I got $300 in here. Your life is worth $300?
Yeah.
So again, not to come at Frank or anything like that. Obviously he's at work and doing his job, and he's a tough guy. But don't know. Nobody cares how tough you are if they're desperate.
Yeah, but I mean, like these people that we're talking about, they are kids.
Yes.
So I guess that can play a huge role of like you being like, man, I'm not fucking scared of this person. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's what I mean, and more so. I guess my point is before the perforation of guns. Like, if it's 1985 and a 13, 14, 15-year-old kid is trying to steal from me.
That's a different time. Yeah.
If I don't, my mind doesn't think you have a gun.
Yeah.
Because it's still a time where you go, having a gun, like people don't just have guns.
Yeah.
But today,
everybody got one.
Everybody has a gun. So it's like 12. If a 12-year-old comes to me and is like, yo, give me your wallet. I'm assuming because you're 12, you're confident enough to come up to me and say that. You got something on you.
Yeah.
That's just where my mind goes. And if that makes me a bitch and I throw my wallet down like, hey, man, you got it, then it is what it is. I'd rather, what is it, better safe than sorry.
Yep.
Because if I go, get the fuck out of here, kid, and he goes, what? And pulls out a gun that's bigger than a 12-year-old.
Long barrel fucking.
Pull out the, you know what I'm saying? Pull out the fucking Clint Eastwood 357 on you. Because these kids are getting guns from like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I'm seeing kids wearing like Gucci belts and skinny jeans, and they got guns that got laser beams on them, and the clip is long.
Got the clip, got the what they call it, the switch on the back of it.
Yeah, I'm like, this shit is crazy.
Putting a switch on a handgun is nuts.
I got a ladder on it. I got a ladder on it, twin. I'm like, man, this shit is crazy. Man.
You got the drum on the bottom of it.
No.
Oh, you got a Tommy gun.
You got a Tommy gun pistol. No, I'm not playing around with these kids, bro. I'm going home. You can have it.
They different out here, man.
A Tommy gun pistol is insane. The gun is like the gun from Men in Black, the noisy cricket. Yeah. And then you got the gun, but you got the Bonnie and Clyde round drum on the bottom of the noisy cricket. It's like, this shit is, where do you even find a gun like this?
Make them.
3D printed switch on the back. Gun. Yeah,
so the switch on the back of it is a wrap.
You ever been shot in your face 67 times? Like, bro, I'm going home, bro.
In 15.
You don't even have time to get your tough shit off, man. Nobody's ever robbed me. Like, blown away, bro. It's
airing it out.
Yeah,
man.
no, it's insane.
Different out here.
No, it's a different time, bro. So, bone density scanners and money order salesmen and all this shit, you might have been able to get off some slick shit. Maybe you couldn't even. We're gonna get to it, unfortunately, sadly. But like today, you catch me doing solar panel sales or something, and you think I got some money in my pocket, you can have it, bro. You run down on me with the craziest gun I ever seen in my life, bro. I'm not here to talk tough to you.
No, not at all.
I might even throw a sir your way, and I can tell you're 16. I might call you Unc. I don't care, but I don't care. I'm going home.
Fuck, I'm going home.
I'm going home, bro. You got it, Unc? You're like, Unc, I'm in the 11th grade. You're like, whatever. You can be my uncle today. That's fine with me. That's no problem at all. Unfortunately, Harold Franks succumbed to all of his injuries. They fucked this guy up terribly. It's horrible. And
Overkill.
Yeah, overkill for sure. And 58-year-old Ann Robinson, the co-owner of the store, was shot in the neck from the bullet that went through the window, but she survived. The men stole Frank's briefcase and fled to a waiting green car driven by a third man. So this was a planned attack. Like you said, they had been watching them make some sales throughout the day, followed them, and they definitely leapt on him when they saw an opportunity that he was vulnerable. Within a week, police obtained a statement. Now keep in mind, this is 1970s. All the shit we've been talking about and joking about loosely and shit like that. They got a statement from a 12-year-old boy named Eddie Vernon, who identified the gunman as 18-year-old Ricky Jackson. So the kid's been desperate for a long time. Every generation has, desperate kids willing to do whatever to get some money to feed their family, feed themselves, put some clothes on their back. But now today, these kids is off these yerkies. They're eating fake pills. They got crazy guns. So it's even crazier today. But even in the 1970s, a 14-year-old kid will catch you in a dark alley and do something real dumb, make a decision that'll change their life.
And they had fucking guns and acid.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now it's weird to kind of think of it this way, where it's like when you in dire need was like, you think of a plan to rob somebody, and you go, all right, best case scenario is like we get in and get out.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to go with a mindset to be like, all right, well, shit can go
what's the worst
completely wrong, and we can go to fucking jail or whatever, and somebody dies or whatever. We gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah,
you're a different person to be like,
it's gonna go great. Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
I'm in.
I'm only thinking of like, we're gonna get in and get out. You fall for that? Like, we're gonna get in and get out. It's gonna be easy. What if that's John Jones? You don't know who he is. You go to, man, give me the money. Fuck, I can bow. He just started throwing hands and feet at you at a crazy rate and just landing with precision accuracy. And next thing you know, your friend is knocked out and you standing there looking dumb. Then you got to try to pick him up.
Yeah.
Come on, man. What you look like with a ski mask on trying to drag your friend down the street? You just got knocked out by the dude you're trying to rob. Shit can go sideways real quick. Now, I'm not saying he was getting the best of them like that, but they weren't getting the easy go of it.
No.
When they start breaking acid out and shooting him, hitting him with pipes and stuff, he was giving them a run for his money.
Yeah.
Then you got the man down the street a little bit honking his horn. Come on, man, hurry up! And they started panicking. So Eddie Vernon told the police that 17-year-old Ronnie Bridgman and Bridgman's 20-year-old brother Willie drove the getaway car, and they were both with Ricky Jackson, who was the shooter. And Jackson and the Bridgman brothers, none of whom had a criminal record, were arrested on May 25th, 1975. So the attack happened on May 19th, 1975. So within 6 days, these three boys were taken off the street and arrested. They were charged with aggravated murder, aggravated attempted murder, and aggravated robbery. All three were tried separately in the Cuyahoga County Court of Common Pleas. No physical or forensic evidence linked any of them to the crime. The prosecution's case rested almost completely on the testimony of 12-year-old Eddie Vernon.
12 years old.
A 12-year-old boy you got to think about this, because now that we've gotten older, when you hear stuff like this, at least me anyway, and I'm sure for you too, I have all these different instances and cases and stories that we've looked into where you go, imagine a 12-year-old boy who stole from a store and they go, well, we're going to send you to a boys prison, you're going to get taken away from your parents, end up in foster care. Like the threats.
Mhm.
When they catch you without a parent, without representation, they don't tell you that you don't have to speak without a lawyer present, and they just start throwing threats your way.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? We heard about a murder. We saw you got a knife in your pocket. What if that knife was used to kill the guy that we're looking for in murder? Maybe you ever going to jail for the rest of your life. 12 years old? It's like, man, I'll tell you whatever you want to hear.
Yeah.
And a grown man will do this. A 30-year-old man will tell you anything that you want to hear for a chicken sandwich. You put a tomato on it, or maybe give him some sauces. He'll tell you whatever you want to hear right then and there on the spot. So imagine a 12-year-old, how easy it is to get them to just give up whoever they're scared of in their neighborhood, whoever the first name on the top of their mind, a 12-year-old, a whole case, 3 men's lives done over a 12-year-old boy getting up there and putting them out on the stand. So Eddie Vernon's testimony obviously was inconsistent. He's 12 years old and probably being coerced. He first told police that he was on the bus coming home from school when he saw the men attack Franks as he got out of his car and walked to the store. However, his testimony at trial was that he was already off the bus when he saw the attack and stated that the attack occurred as Frank left the store. So, not wildly different, but definitely two very different scenarios. But it's, still same place, same location, but getting off the bus, being on the bus, going into the store, leaving out of the store, they're very different scenarios.
Yeah.
Several of his classmates testified that he was on the bus with them when they heard the gunshots and that none of them were able to see the robbers. So they had other witnesses who said, one, he was definitely on the bus.
Yeah.
And two, nobody else, we didn't have an angle to see. We all were like, where'd those shots come from? But only Eddie Vernon saw directly where the shots came from and who did it. On a bus full of kids where, how we all been on the school bus. Some shit go down. You see a fight going on, some out the windows. Look, everybody, all the kids start running to the windows.
Yeah.
So odd. Ann Robinson, the woman who was shot in the store, she testified that she was shot in the neck by a bullet that pierced the store's front door. However, she was unable to identify who the robbers were.
Wow.
A 16-year-old neighborhood girl named Karen Smith testified for the defense that she had seen 2 young black men outside the store before the incident, but testified that she did not know them. So as of right now, all we have is there's 2 black men, but the only people that can say it was who they were is a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Now, this neighborhood girl says that she did know Ricky Jackson and the Bridgman brothers and would have been able to identify them if they had been the men that she saw. And that's pretty damning right there.
Yeah.
She's like, I saw 2 black men, but I know these guys. And if it was them, I'd be able to tell you that. It definitely wasn't them. So despite all of these conflicting testimonies to the young 12-year-old boy, on August 12th, 1975, a jury convicted Willie Bridgman. And on August 13th, 1975, a jury convicted Ricky Jackson. And then a little bit while later, on September 27th, 1975, a jury convicted Ronnie Bridgman. All 3 denied that they were involved in the crime. All 3 of the accused presented witnesses who said that they were elsewhere at the time that the crime occurred. All 3 men were sentenced to death.
Wow.
17, man. None of these kids are over the age of 21. Those sentences were later commuted to life in prison.
Okay.
I guess.
It's
so we won't kill you. You just will spend the rest of your life in prison. Like, oh, thank God. It would be, but if you get life in prison or you get a death sentence, they're sending you to prison with grown men. So how good is a 17-year-old when you're around, like, man, the difference between 30 and 17, like that, in my life, the only time I've really been presented with age gaps like that is like a teacher. But that's a position of like authority and care. So imagine you get put in a position, you're 17 years old and you're in conflict with a grown man.
Yeah.
Like you did something, you broke some kind of rule in this place where the rules are everything. And now my 30-year-old grown man body, because I don't care how many push-ups you do at 17, you got that young blood running through your veins. When a man puts his hands on your shoulders or around your neck and he's had a job for 10 years and like lived a life, it's different, bro. Like 2 kids fighting is very different than you being 17 and a grown man being like, I'm about to punch you in your chest with grown man fists. It's like that scene from Baby Boy.
Yeah.
When Ving Rhames put Tyrese in that chokehold, it was nothing he could do. You know, you see 2 20-year-olds get in a fight, you might hem one of them up, and they might be able to slip out of it because they both wiry, young, whatever.
Yeah.
When a grown man is like, you don't move now. I'm putting my hands on you and you're done moving.
Yeah.
Shit is different, bro. It's 3 17-year-old kids.
That's not a good. I get it, but that's not really a good example though.
What you mean?
Because that, I mean, like that size.
I'm talking about prison. Ving Rhames was fresh out. What do you mean? That's the perfect example. That's the kind of people you gonna run into in prison.
But I'm saying it's a grown man.
That's a grown man.
Right, and the size. I mean, Tyrese was a young dude in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But him yoking him up was like, all right, that's expected. How big that dude was? I mean, come on,
it's nothing you gonna do.
I get that he was fresh out. I don't get that.
It was nothing he could do. He was in there cooking eggs, butt naked in his mom's house.
Yeah,
it just was
wow.
Total violations. It was just, but that's that prison mentality. How are you allowing this? It's like, well, what am I gonna do? Hit him? When you got to eat that like that, like, I mean, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's yeah. So cheeks out. Wow.
You want some eggs? Back tattoo all around, blood, teardrops and shit on his back. I said,
yeah,
this is a murderer. So unfortunately, even though it was a long journey. In 2002, Willie Bridgman was granted parole. Keep in mind, he was convicted on August 12th, 1975. So he did almost 30 years.
Yeah.
27. But so, you know, he did see daylight in 2002. Several weeks later, we talk about this all the time. He did 30 years in prison, come out. Within weeks, he was living in a homeless shelter in Cleveland.
Yeah.
When he had an accidental encounter with Eddie Vernon, who was working as a security guard at the shelter.
What are they
Your brother's still locked up. Your brother's doing more. You're out. Your brother's still doing time. So you guys both already served almost 30 years, but your brother's still in there. And you run across the 12-year-old boy that got you locked up. He's now a 40-something-year-old man, been out, got a job, lived a life. It'd be a messy day if it was me.
That's true.
Man. Because it's like all your validation and justification receptors go out the window. He was 12. He was a little boy. What if
but this is but you mean it's like knowing for a fact that you didn't do anything?
Yes. That's what I mean. Like, knowing I was wrongfully convicted on the testimony of you. Yeah. For me, I'm saying, I don't give a fuck if you were 12, whatever. Is when I see you again, if I ever am able to breathe breath on the other side of these walls, I would be saying a prayer every day that I don't see you. Because I don't want to go back. I want my life to be changed and be free. If I see you, I'm going back. Because all I'm going to see is that 12-year-old boy on the stand like, it was him. So, man. But anyway, keep in mind, again, Willie Bridgman, almost 30 years in prison. He's now staying in a homeless shelter, running across the guy that got you the 30 years.
Yeah.
Vernon's supervisor asked him about the encounter, and he told him that he had been the witness whose testimony convicted Willie. The supervisor told him to report the contact to Willie's parole officer because the contact was prohibited by the terms of his parole.
Damn.
Vernon did so, and as a result, Willie's parole was revoked and he was sent back to prison.
Yeah. I don't know if he goes back to jail for him saying something to him. That had to be like a scuffle.
I don't know exactly what happened, so that's very true. That's fair. I'm going off of like, oh, they just crossed paths and he got his parole revoked. That's true. It's possible he did something more than just crossed paths.
Yeah, threw something at him or something. Yeah. I don't know, some type of physical abuse. Something.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So his parole was revoked. In January 2003, Ronnie Bridgman was released on parole from prison. He concentrated on education while in prison and was able to get an office job. In 2004, a year after getting out, he got married and he and his wife bought a house. So that's a beautiful story. Beautiful story. Despite all the good things in his life since being paroled, he still carried the stigma of being arrested for a heinous crime.
Yeah, because like we sitting here and we just did it. We like, good. Doing good for himself. But it's like he wasn't a criminal when he went in there. So it's like I guess
he's just living a life he should have been living.
Right. So it still is, we just did it just now of putting a stigma on him.
Yeah.
When he didn't,
good for
he's
the
not
criminal
a criminal.
turning his life around. Like, I didn't turn my life around. I was wrongly convicted.
Yeah,
I wasn't a bad person.
Right.
I was 17. That's true. So it's true. You hear got out. It's all those things. Got out. After this many years, you go, good. You stop being bad.
Hearing that. Yeah.
You stop being bad, and now you're good. It's like I never was bad.
I never was bad.
Man, yeah, that's deep.
Yeah, that'd fuck you up. I understand that's anger. That it's like, y'all turned me this person I never was.
Yeah.
I never was this
and
person.
Now y'all are all commending me when really you all should be saying sorry. Not that I want pity, but you shouldn't be like, hey man, good for you that you turned your life around. It's like, no, you should be saying, I'm sorry you had to go through what you went through.
It ruined my life.
Yeah, I mean, like, so in 2011, Cleveland Scene magazine published a detailed examination of the case and highlighted the numerous inconsistencies in Eddie Vernon's testimony, along with the absence of any other evidence linking the three men to the crime. The reporter, Kyle Swenson, reached out to the pastor of Eddie Vernon in an attempt to talk to Vernon. The pastor later said in a sworn affidavit that Edward Vernon told me that he lied to the police when he said that he witnessed the murder in 1975.
Is he not supposed to do that?
He confessed to a pastor. You can do that. It's confessional.
I'm talking about the pastor. It's allowed to.
Oh,
give that. I get that. Like, a confession, but like, is the pastor allowed to do that?
Yeah, you're not a lawyer or anything like that. It's nothing legal. I mean, I guess it's like the moral.
Nah, man, you don't go in that booth and do that for somebody. Nah,
drop dime on you.
That's not how that works.
You don't be like licking feet. Like, oh, I told you that in confidence, sir, father.
Oh man, pastor ain't right. Pastor ain't right for that, man.
Well, the National Enquirer came and they asked, so they asked me. I answered the questions. So yeah, he loves pegging. Like he loves to be pegged. It's like I told you that.
Go in there, you said not to judge me, man. And I told you, and then you go and drop a dime on me
immediately.
That's crazy.
To a magazine.
Yeah. I mean, I'll check.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. My church gonna be at my church?
Yeah. A donation? A tithes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Publicity?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He did. Now that I think about it, he did told me he was a complete liar. He said he lied to the police when he said that he witnessed the murder in 1975, and that he had put 3 innocent men in prison for murder. He went on further. He said he told me that he tried to back out of the lie at the time of the lineup, but he was only a child, and the police told him it was too late to change his story.
Does not that Kyle Swenson, does that not make you look bad as a pastor? I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking too deep into it, but I
wouldn't go and tell him my deepest, darkest secrets anymore. I wouldn't do that. So you go
do this.
You're Chatty Patty.
Be anonymous or something.
Yeah, don't put your name to it.
I need my name out there. I need my church and all that.
Yeah, I need the First Ministries of
Cleveland Scene.
Yeah,
no. I need to get the bag. I need that out there.
Yeah, come on, man. It's free pub. So it's at the urging of his pastor, Vernon publicly recanted his story, setting in motion the exonerations of Ronnie Bridgman, who changed his name to Kwame Ajamu, Willie Bridgman, and Ricky Jackson. So prompted by recantation, an attorney with the Ohio Innocence Project filed a petition for a new trial on behalf of Ricky Jackson. Shout out to the Innocence Project. Similar petitions were later filed on behalf of the other Bridgman brother and Ajamu. Now, Kwame Ajamu, formerly Ronnie Bridgman. The Ohio Innocence Project's reinvestigation of the case uncovered evidence that when Vernon attempted to recant his identification of the 3 defendants, police intimidated him to testify falsely. The police had never disclosed to the defense attorneys for the 3 defendants that Vernon had attempted to recant his accusation prior to trial.
Of course they didn't. Why would they do that?
Why would I tell you something that would help you?
Right.
In November 2014, Judge Richard McMonigal, it's like a Harry Potter character, Judge Richard McMonigal granted motions for a new trial filed by Ricky Jackson and Willie Bridgman and vacated their convictions. The prosecution then dismissed their charges against both of them, and they were released. Willie Bridgman passed away on June 27th, 2021, from complications from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD, which I'm not really familiar with, but I've seen a lot of commercials for like class action suits about COPD. So it's some kind of breathing blockage or something like that. So his conviction was vacated in 2014, and he lived 7 years, free of the scarlet letter of a felon before passing away from COPD. But 30 years of his life were stolen away from.
Yeah.
And then another however many years when his parole got revoked. So I don't know if he got out in 2000.
Oh, this is the one that died. The one that got sent back.
Yeah, so I don't know if he got out in 2002 and then was in prison until 2014. I don't know. But a lot of his life was stolen.
Well, he died in 21.
He got
out in 07 and went back. Right?
He got out in 02 and went back.
02 and went back. Damn.
Yeah.
So he did like another
I think
15 years?
If he didn't get back out until 2014, then he went back in 2000. He went back not long after getting out in 2002. So like the next year, and then got out in 2014 when the Innocence Project got involved.
Shit.
Yeah. On December 9th, 2014.
Oh, so he died. Okay, so he was out as a free man
from 2014 to 2021 when he passed away.
Man, and the crazy part about that is like, this could have been something with like, obviously this was health, but like, this could have been something that could have been
from prison, from his 30 years of prison,
and prevented if he was, damn.
Mm-hmm. Terrible conditions. Spending 30 years in prison, it can't be good for your health. I don't care how many muscles you get when you're in there. We talk about like your organs and what you're eating. You could come out strong and, big muscles with little legs and, but it just objectively.
I'll come out with big biceps.
Who's doing leg presses in prison, man? I'm trying to get these shoulders, get my arms right.
Trying to get this gun.
I need that bop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
he said big muscles.
But yeah, it's like the showers.
Yeah, they don't got. I don't think they got. I don't think they got like leg press machines.
Yeah, no. The thing where you separate the things, you dip down. What's this? A fucking college weight room? It's not Florida A&M. See, why don't you go? I was out there on the sled, pushing the sled around. You got no damn sled in prison.
It's push-ups.
Yeah, push-ups. You could do some squats, but people probably looking at you like a sucker. Like, man, you're in here doing calisthenics. Like Jane Fonda. Take this metal shit, pick it up till your muscles hurt. Go eat some tuna fish and go to sleep.
Now think about it. It's like, how healthy do you need to eat for you to gain muscle?
You gotta eat a lot of protein.
But I mean, like, if people in prison gain, there's a
lot of protein in tuna fish, man.
That's what they eat. That's like the hot thing.
And oatmeal.
And oatmeal.
Tuna fish and oatmeal.
Yeah, tuna fish and oatmeal. It is a lot of.
That'll get you big. That's a lot of calories, man.
Yeah.
Tuna fish and oatmeal.
Nonstop.
Tuna fish and oatmeal.
Tuna fish and oatmeal.
And boiled eggs. All day. And then they look over in the corner and see a motherfucker like, is this motherfucker doing Bulgarian squats?
No.
Man, if you don't get up and curl that thing with your arms, you're doing leg. Who does leg?
You gotta be able to throw them punches, man. It's all about them biceps.
Yeah, but if you get big enough biceps, nobody will fight you.
There you go.
They go, he must be able to fight. Look how big he is.
Look how big his biceps are.
Yeah.
Got little forearms, but how big his biceps are?
Like reverse Popeye the Sailor Man. Yeah, jail fit is so crazy. Like what parts of you are big and what you don't focus on because you don't got the proper equipment,
Yeah, it's crazy.
You all bicep and neck. No
bicep,
form.
neck, and shoulders. All you top heavy. Walk around top heavy as hell.
Yeah, it's insane.
Might get you one of them MMA kicks.
Done.
Wrap.
That's all I'm doing. I'm going straight for your quad and for your calf.
Yeah.
Red. And all that's going, it's like Jenga. All that shit will come falling down. All the muscle and shit, you can't stand on it. Bird legs. So on December 9, 2014, Kwame Ajamu's conviction was vacated and the prosecution dismissed the charges against him. Kwame served 28 years in prison and was exonerated after 39 years. So he got out, found a wifey, lived a righteous life and all those things, but he still was a convicted felon for about 11 years after he got out. In February 2015, all three declared innocent. I'm sorry. In February 2015, all three were declared innocent by a judge. In 2016, the court claims awarded Bridgman $2.4 million and Ajamu $1.9 million.
Why did he get the most though? Because he was
maybe because he got that reoffense after he, I don't know, maybe good lawyer, who had a better lawyer, who told the better story.
They have different lawyers.
Ain't
enough, but I'll take it.
Yeah. Hey man, listen. I'm not gonna never not take the money. I can make a commentary about how fucked up it is and how it's not enough to get my life back, but I'll take the money. Whatever I gotta sign to get the money, I'll take the money. I need it.
Hope it's tax free.
That would be nice, right? But Uncle Sam's not that generous of a guy. I need 800,000 of that off the bat.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah. So in April 2016, Jackson settled his lawsuit against the state of Ohio for $2.65 million. So he held out a bit longer and fought the case a little, because they probably offered some settlements, and that's probably what happened with Ajamu and Bridgman. They might have offered.
Just give me, man.
Yeah, I'll take that. And Jackson held out a little bit longer, got an extra little, what's that? Like extra little $250, something like that, a little extra $2,000, something like that. Their lawsuit against the Cleveland Police Department was dismissed in 2017, but the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Sixth Circuit reinstated it in March of 2019. In May of 2020, the three men settled their lawsuit against the city of Cleveland, with Jackson receiving $7.2 million and Bridgman and Ajamu each receiving $5.4 million. Now, keep in mind, Willie Bridgman died the next year. Separate. Everybody got their own individual cuts of money. And Willie died the next year after receiving $5 million.
Oh, shit. So he got to enjoy it a little bit out.
But like it tells you, like, money can't buy health, man. That's so terrible. They took 30 years of his life. Yeah, and then he finally came around. He got this money. He can really enjoy what's left of his life. Because keep in mind, these dudes were 17 years old in 1975. It's 2020 now.
Yeah.
It's been like
already sick.
It's been like 50 years. These are like 67-year-old men.
Yeah.
With $5 million. He died the next year.
Damn.
That's terrible.
That's separate though, right? Oh, that's all.
Yes. Ricky Jackson got $7.2 million. Bridgman and Ajamu each individually got $5.5 million.
Oh, all together.
So it was like a $20 million lawsuit.
Okay. I thought it was from the Court of Claims, and it was the Cleveland Police.
No, So the Court of Claims is where they all got the like $2, $1.
That's what I mean. So it's two different settlements.
Two different settlements.
Gotcha.
So they sued the city, and then they sued. Yeah.
So nice little chunk then.
Yeah. So in total, they all got close to like between $8 and $10 million. Yeah. After being exonerated, Ajamu described the procedures of the Ohio legal system as criminal. He said, quote, "We were robbed. There will be no offspring when we die." Damn. See, we talk about that, but to hear somebody say it is heartbreaking. "When my brother passes away, that is it. We don't have children."
I don't get that. I didn't get that. What
they stole their life, so they never...
No, I mean, I get it, but like... Is this before his brother?
I'm sure he knew his brother was sick.
Okay.
Or, maybe that might have just been, he didn't mean to speak it into existence, but he was saying, like, I don't have kids, my brother doesn't have kids. When my brother dies, that's it. We don't have any. There's nobody else in our bloodline. Why would you say,
but it sounds weird when he goes, when my brother dies and we want kids, like he won't be alive still.
Well, but his point is, he might be alive, but he doesn't have kids either. So there is nobody to like.
So it's like I'm
He's
not,
like-
I
it's
don't
like,
plan
I don't
on,
have
I don't
kids,
plan on having any. So if when he dies, that's
well,
pretty much it.
these are men in their late 60s. They're not having
I mean,
kids.
you can still. I mean, you can. There's ways.
His woman,
There's
his
ways
wife,
you can-
his wife is older too. Like they're both old people. They're not gonna have a kid.
You can do adoption. You gotta be blood. Come on now.
That's fair. But he said what he said.
Right. I get that.
He never got to father his own children and raise
Right.
them with his.
I wouldn't have said it that way.
Sure, I get it. But he was. They just got
I get it,
lawsuits.
right.
I want to drive the
Right.
point home that my life was
I get
stolen
that.
from me.
Yeah.
So Ajamu also stated that he has no hard feelings toward Vernon. God bless. He said, I didn't believe Edward had any malice. He was a kid who got caught up in the wrong thing. Even though he received compensation for his time in prison, he is seeking a more systemic change. Ajamu said, quote, it is my hope going forward that we don't have to wait another 40 years for the next Kwame Ajamu or Willie Bridgman or Ricky Jackson. It's my hope that from this day on, we can stop ignoring what is obvious in the criminal justice system and move forward with peace and love.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I get that. I don't know if I have the energy after all that
to fight the
kind
system.
of be. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like,
I'm exhausted, man. I had to fighting to get me out.
Yeah,
was exhausting.
I get it being that, want to be a leader and kind of want change and fight for change. But I'm like, I don't know if I have it. And these guys are like 60s. I don't know if I have it in me to. Obviously, I don't want this to happen again, but I don't know if I have it in me
to take on the fight.
To take on the fight.
Yeah. Since his exoneration, Kwame has become solely focused on abolishing the death penalty all over the world and fighting for criminal justice reform. Kwame serves as the chairman of the board of witness of the board of Witness to Innocence. So he started his own charity. And
that's cool.
So if he's still alive, which I hope he is,
yeah.
I feel immense sorrow for him that was his mission. And one of the first executive orders that Donald Trump signed was to reinstate the death penalty, like across the country.
Did he? Is that what he did? I didn't know that. And on all states.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So, yep.
Wow.
Yes. So a federal death penalty reinstatement.
What about public execution? That too.
He loves the show. It's crazy times, man. And as you and I have both talked about, we just talked about a story where 3 men were put on death row. Their sentences were commuted, but in Trump's America, these 3 innocent 17-year-old kids could have been killed.
Yeah. Wouldn't even have got any of this.
Yeah. It just would have been, and I'm sure he was like, I want death penalty brought back, and I want it expedited. Once you get convicted, we want it done. I don't want to be. Let's not be lollygagging. Let's get it done. Let's fry him. So yeah, interesting time. We have one of the most disparate and lopsided criminal justice systems, in my opinion, in the world. It can be bought. It's not about what you can prove. It's about how much money you have and how many resources you have. And the idea that you could end up being convicted and sentenced to death, and it's just you didn't mount a good enough case, but you aren't guilty of the crime. I cannot support the death penalty for that reason alone. Like the idea of somebody being innocent and being murdered is enough that I'm like, we can't this can't happen. No matter how righteous I feel, child molestation, whatever the shit is, the idea that I'm like, well, I want child molesters to be killed, so it's cool if some mistakes get made and some innocent people get killed. I can't. I just morally cannot stand alongside something like that. So
yeah.
It's an interesting time, and those are that's the kind of fight that Kwame Ajamu is in the middle of fighting at his big age.
Yeah.
So that was the story of Kwame Ajamu, aka Ronnie Bridgman, his brother Willie Bridgman, and Ricky Jackson. Rest in peace to Willie Bridgman, and also rest in peace to Harold Franks, man.
Yeah.
Somebody did him wrong, and we don't know who it was.
That's great. We don't even know. There's no damn.
We don't know. We don't know who did that. That's the other sad part that gets lost in wrongful convictions too, is that somebody got away with this. Somebody got away with killing that man. So yeah, rest in peace to him. Before we get out of here, Fran, Seen anything good lately? Watched anything good lately? Heard anything good lately?
I'm watching Abbott Elementary. I just been watching that. I've been trying to.
Did you watch the crossover episode?
I skipped to that. I did watch it. I did not like it.
You didn't like it?
No.
Because they were being too they it's like when a rapper goes on the other person's song, you want to hear them be them, but they were being that show.
Yeah.
Because I'm like Frank would have said something way crazier right there.
Yeah.
Or like,
I didn't like it.
D was not being D enough.
Because they went in like, these people are crazy. If you know them, obviously if you know Always Sunny, you know how crazy they can get.
They would have turned that school upside down if it was Always Sunny.
But it was just like, on the shit, it's like, all right, well, we got to pump it. We got to pump the brakes a little bit. You can't, go crazy kids.
They didn't even let Dennis be a part of the show. His character's so crazy, they were like, we can't let you do anything. You can't even be remotely Dennis in a room full of kids. Like, you can't even. So he was like, I'm going to go be behind the camera.
Yeah. I don't think they should. I feel like that was
for
like
Philly. It was for Philly.
Yeah.
Which I respect.
Sure.
Like, if it was 2 big shows in Baltimore, I think I'd be super excited. And Philly's in the playoffs. Like, that's a big Philly. Philly's loving the energy right now. But if it was 2 big shows in Baltimore, I think it'd be cool to see them like do a cross, even if they were drastically different shows. Like if The Wire did a rock episode, which would be, I don't know if I want to see it, but I would be like Baltimore though.
Yeah,
it would be crazy. Bubbles comes on rock. That would be insane.
Yeah, but I didn't like it. I didn't like that. I was like,
I get that. I didn't love it either. Like,
wasn't really funny.
I thought it was fine, and then the Charlie stuff doesn't land with empathy. When people are like, "Oh, he can't read. We're gonna teach him how to read." It's like,
it was just. I was like, this is not what I expect. I just didn't. Nah, man.
And then when you put him in a school with empathy, even when he's still doing it, like he's reading stuff wrong, it's not landing because you're like, I don't think you're supposed to be. This is Abbott Elementary. We're not supposed to laugh at people who can't read.
Yeah.
So his reading stuff wrong bit wasn't working. It negated all their funny.
Right.
Because it was too.
It's like
compassion.
Because it reminded me, because it was like if you'd have took the guys from Workaholics and put them on Abbott Elementary, it was like it wouldn't have. These dudes smoke weed and drink and all kinds of shit. Like and none of this is happening. It's like, well, this is
what's the point of it?
How is this funny?
Yeah.
What is? But
So not Frank, D, Charlie. Nobody's gonna address that all these kids are black.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, I don't. Again, they were catching some flack about being a racy show, or whatever. But like, that's what the Always Sunny. They would have been like, yes, this school's kind of, they all like, so and then they go, somebody said it. Okay, it's weird that none of us are addressing that this is an all black school, right? That would have been a joke immediately in Always Sunny, like,
right.
I'm just saying these kids are very stylish and wear a lot of Jordans and stuff like that. Yeah, because they're black. No, you can't say that. But I was thinking it like that. Yeah, well, you said it, but I was thinking the same thing. Like that's an Always Sunny.
Right.
But
that was kind of like an episode. It was like then Charlie ended up being cool. All the black people end up liking Charlie for some reason. Like that would have been on par for who Always Sunny.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but other than that, I didn't really like that because I went and jumped because I was like, let me watch this. I can't wait to watch
so you went out of order.
I went out of order and just went and watched that, and then I just went back to where I'm at. So I'm on like season 3 now. I love it. I like the show. I love
Abbott Elementary.
Yeah, I love
it's a great show.
Yeah.
I watched The Wild Robot.
Okay.
Highly recommend it. It's a great movie in general, but it's a kids movie, but it's great. Like the message is great. It had all these different messages about like finding your purpose and family, not not being blood. It was just a great movie.
Wild Robot.
It was like WALL-E. I rented it. It's like it was just in the movie theater. So it's not on anything right now.
Oh, like Redbox or something?
No, like Apple TV. I just rented it.
Oh, you just okay, gotcha.
Yeah, just rented it for the day or whatever.
Wild Robot.
Great movie. I also started watching that Navy SEAL show that Cam Newton is on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good because they treat them like shit.
Really?
They really are like you're in a special forces training program. This is not a game show. So Cam Newton, he's a fucking unit. He's massive.
Yeah. An athlete,
he's good at all the shit. But one of the competitions things he did it successfully and he passed. But then when he got on the ground, he tried to do like a chest bump with somebody, and they were like, "You fail. What are you showboating? This isn't fucking." They yelled at him and shit. It was crazy. They're like, "You just were supposed to be trying to survive an attack. This wasn't." Basically, they were basically saying like, "Go do the real world road rules challenge if you want to high five people and shit after you win the game."
he was pumped.
No, he was. But I agree.
I mean, they wasn't having it.
They wasn't having none of all of this celebrating and high fiving and shit. We are in a war zone. And so
is it a show, right? So it's like episode. So
it's like 4
what about the part with the helicopter? You saw that part?
Yeah, that was the first episode.
That's the clip I keep seeing.
That was the first episode.
Oh, okay.
This motherfucker Cam Newton 6'5" jumped right on the helicopter. Jumped on the helicopter, pulled himself up the thing. He's a freak of an athlete. It's wild. He's good at all.
I mean, it's not like he's been retired for like 15 years. I mean, like
no, but he still showed up. Yeah, he's like 35, 36.
Yeah,
but he still showed up. He's like dressed like Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah,
I had this idea. I had this theory where I'm like, he's so big that I think that he's cognizant of how big and scary he is to people. That he's like, I have to dress like this so that people just don't automatically think the worst of me.
Think so?
Well, because he looks so dumb. I have to. It must be something.
You think he look dumb? I think his style is so unique that I like it. It's different.
It's plenty of people.
He throws the collar up, goes the bow tie on. I got this weird hat. It look like a soldier and like I don't know the cool hat. He got these crazy Florida dreads. I like it.
I think he's too big to look cool in what he's wearing. If ASAP Rocky, who does wear stuff like that sometimes, I guess. Man, no, I'm not gonna let you gaslight me.
You like it? Then sometimes he got the top hat and cut the shit.
The top is gone, and then his hair comes out of it. Come on, man. What is he? The Mad Hatter?
That's cool.
He's dressed like somebody.
He has his own unique style.
It's definitely him. Unique. It's definitely unique.
Yes, that's why I like it.
It's definitely unique. I give him that. But I'm like, he's all big wearing. He dresses like he takes the sweater, put the sweater around his neck and tie it. You know what I mean? Like he's a country club. Come on, man, you're too big. Big people can't just do everything. You can't dress. You don't get to dress kooky, man. You can't dress like Andre 3000 and you 6'5", 260. You can. I can't tell. But what am I going to tell him? All right. This is an episode where he beats a guy up. I'm like, no, I wouldn't tell Cam Newton a damn thing.
The fighting episode, or he
broke his nose.
Really?
He broke his nose. The guy had to go home.
Was it like bare fist?
No, he had boxing gloves on, but this man hit him square in his jibs. Like, hit him right in the bridge of his nose. He broke his nose. The shit was like, oh, stop. Get off of him. His blood leaking out of his nose. Like, oh, my God. The blood was gushing out of his nose. They had to send him home.
Damn.
Cam Newton was like, yeah, man. He's like, and what was crazy was Cam Newton was like, you know something, man? I have to deal with so much all the time because people always telling you don't get sued and everything. And I haven't been able to do anything like that. So I thank y'all for letting me get that out of my system. Because if y'all wasn't there, I probably would have killed him. Basically, he was saying I snap because I don't get to hit people when they come talk shit to me in public. I don't get to hit people. So you letting me get to hit somebody and I don't get sued? I blacked out. If y'all wouldn't have got me up off of him, I might have killed him. I said, this man is crazy.
Wow. I'm trying to look up this movie you was talking about real quick.
Wild Robot?
Wild Robot.
Yeah, it's great. It's just an animated movie.
Oh, I see. It came out last year.
Mm-hmm. It's great. Lupita Nyong'o, she's the voice. It's a great movie.
Okay, all right, I might have to watch this.
Yeah, it's a great movie, man. I really enjoyed it. Made me choke up. You know, I'm a new dad, so it had a lot of parental. You know what I mean? Some elements in it. Shit was real. Shit made me emotional. You know I had some misties on. Outside of that, I've been trying to get in a groove. It's hard to find I've been watching Silo, but I used to blow through shows.
Yeah.
Now it's just hard. Like I can't. It's hard, man. Like as soon as I get in the groove, I might watch like 15, 20 minutes. Gang. Yeah. I'm gonna take a break, get my man right, and everything like that. So I haven't been able to blow through shows like I used to, but I still really like Silo. But I haven't finished it. And
What's Silo on? Is that on Apple TV?
On Apple TV.
Apple TV. Okay, so that's that and Severance is something I have my eyes
Severance
on.
is another one. I can't watch it. I can't watch it right now because it's so trippy.
You gotta pay attention.
I gotta pay attention.
Man.
So I can't.
That's why I can't. That's why I can't watch as many shows. I'm more of a comedy show because I can.
It's easy. That's why
Elementary I can pop in and out. I can hear it. I can see what's going on on my phone. And kids come in. They can. Some stuff I don't want them hearing.
Yeah.
Because they say some crazy shit on there, especially the principal. She says some crazy shit on there sometimes. But I don't want him to hear, but I don't have to cut it off immediately as soon as they walk in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's why Abbott Elementary has really become one of those shows for me because I'm like, it's like The Office.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to intently watch it. I'm gonna hear the jokes. I can go cook some food real quick and have it playing, and then just jump right back in. Might miss 2 minutes, and I'm gonna watch the episode again.
Yeah.
I didn't probably watch through the show a couple times at this point.
Yeah, me too.
I'll just go back to that. Like, I feel like watching season 1, episode 3. I'm about to eat real quick. I don't need to watch it in order. So yeah, a lot of great stuff out there, man. But whatever you can do to find a distraction in for the rest of January, maybe for the rest of the year, find it. Don't listen to us yap about this shit. It's gonna be more crazy shit to come, I'm sure, and we'll try to. We're not here to beat you down with shit, man. You guys have eyes and ears and news stations and channels and TikTok accounts and stuff. You don't need to come here too and hear minute by minute updates. But sometimes shit is so wacky, we're gonna touch on it. We're in this together. Or you can
go and join the Patreon and then go over there and watch our trailer trash.
Oh my God, Fran! I just edited
series.
The one that's coming out this week. It's so funny.
Yeah,
I'm dropping the one about the animal.
Oh, okay, yeah. Crying
while I was editing, I was crying. It's one of the funniest. It's so funny. Yeah. So yeah, we got some new stuff over there on Patreon, man. I hope you guys enjoy it, or feel free to join. Also, I'm gonna let people know now. Starting in February, we're gonna be doing shout outs again. So if you would like,
you bringing the song back? You bringing it back or what?
Maybe possibly.
Okay,
we'll see. I might have to bring a new song out.
Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna be start shout outs again back in February. So if you'd like to join the Patreon, if you want to hear your shout out on an Affirmative Murder episode, feel free to join the Patreon. We can shout you out in a future episode. We'd love to do that. People really enjoyed that, and I want to get back to giving the people what they want in 2025. So there's new content over on the Patreon. Feel free to join. Shout outs coming in February. We're here. We got big things to announce coming up real soon. Really exciting things. We risked our lives. Well, not me. I was home safe. We risked our lives this weekend for a photo shoot for some things coming in the future.
Yeah.
Because there was a big snowstorm. It wasn't a big snowstorm. And it wasn't massive, but at the point where we were doing the shoot, it was a blizzard, basically.
Yeah.
We went from no snow on the ground to like 3 inches of snow on the ground in like 10 minutes. Yeah. And we were like, nah, man, we got to keep going, man. We got to get this shit for the people, man. We got to give the people what they want. So be on the lookout on your feeds. We got big announcements coming, very exciting things. As we said, we are going to CrimeCon UK.
Yep.
We'll be in London in June. So if you are in London and don't have tickets to CrimeCon, wait, because I'm still in the middle of setting up with the CrimeCon people for us to get a active code, and you can use the code to buy a ticket. Wait, man, my man Fran gonna see. Hey, Fran gonna see Big Ben and get some fish and chips. Hey, it's gonna be a good time, man. Yeah, you just get skiddly do.
Yeah, I'm trying. If somebody can, if somebody want to put me through some lessons to work on my my British accent, I would love to dabble into that. Going over there,
you already kind of sound British, so you might.
That's what I'm also excited to see how people hear us talk, what people may say.
Yeah,
to some strangers out there.
Say, hey, you. Who? You. Oh, you. Hey, yeah, you. So, yeah, man. Super exciting stuff coming in 2025 to offset some of this more spooky stuff that's, the greater concept of, the year. But I've been Alvin Williams, joined as always by my partner in true crime, Fran and Alvin. Thank you guys so much for the support, and we'll see you guys next time.
Deuces.